This episode is brought to you by Nespresso. Gift magical mornings with Nespresso Virtuo Pop. Compact and stylish, Virtuo Pop is made to meet every morning coffee craving. From espresso to coffee, hot or iced, at the click of a button. And celebrate the season with Nespresso's limited edition coffee flavors. Sweet almond and hibiscus, cinnamon and candied tamarind, and festive double espresso. Magic in the making. Shop the holiday gift collection exclusively at Nespresso.com.
This episode is brought to you by McAfee. Swimsuit, passport, phone, with VPN activated.
VPN?
Cell phone service is going to be spotty on vacation, so we'll be using public Wi-Fi.
Sounds sketchy.
Exactly. The networks can leave your personal info, like credit card numbers, exposed to hackers.
McAfee's secure VPN lets you browse and bank safely from wherever, whenever. Learn more at McAfee.com/online protection.
Every who down in Who Newville liked the holidays a ton. But where to get great prices on gifts, they had no idea. None. They searched and they searched for great gifts under $25. Gifts for spouses and friends and even their toddlers. When suddenly one who shouted, Walmart has what you want, knowing they have Lego, Tree Hut, and no prices to flaunt. So they enjoy the holiday season as Who's often do. Cheering and shouting, Walmart has incredible gifts. Who knew? Find gifts they'll love under $25 at Walmart.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very, very special episode of But Am I Wrong?
AKA, but am I watching? If you have not been keeping up and you're like, what is happening here? So Melisa and I have said that when things are going stressful or there's just like a lot of shit going on in the world and we don't want to bring any more additional like negativity and bitching that's not fun. You know what we do in that time? We distract ourselves and we watch film pivot. And TV. We pivot. We fucking pivot. And so on this episode, who knows how often we're going to do this, but you will know if you follow us on Instagram because we'll let you know every time. And if you listen to the episodes where we break down in a similar format to But Am I Wrong? A TV show or a movie, some piece of content. And as you can tell, today's is the pilot of The Moors of Gilmore. The Gilmore Girls.
The Gilmore Girls. This is my first time watching this episode of the show because for some reason, every time I go to get my oil changed, it is always playing at the place that I get my oil changed.
What side of town are you getting your oil changed on? Because like I kind of like
it's
maybe that's where I should
places.
switch to.
I've gone in because like I have to go to
where they service your car.
Where they service my car. I just can't take my car to just any regular one because I have very specified, it's so annoying, very specified oil that goes into my car. And so they have to order it. So it's just easier just to go to the dealership. So I go to a Mopar place. But no matter, I've gone in Santa Monica, it's playing. I've gone in Glendale, it's playing. I've gone in maybe Studio City. All the Fiat places around, they're always playing fucking Gilmore Girls.
Apparently Fiat is a fucking Gilmore Girls stan. I'm loving that. Like imagine corporate being like, okay, so this is the coffee we have at our little like Keurig stage. Like these are the things like we do double ply toilet paper and we need the TVs, Gilmore Girls constantly. Like my favorite nail salons were the ones that would play Friends all the time. Like specifically only Friends. And I was like, I'm loving it. And like this is just, that was like the San Francisco ones. Like, oh, it was so fun.
I'll share my thoughts since you are a Gilmore Girly. Is that what they call y'all?
Sure. I don't know. Like, there's a podcast of, I think there's two podcasts. I think there's a Gilmore Guys podcast and a Gilmore Gays podcast, but I don't know if the cis heterosexuals have, if we have one. I don't know if we have a name.
Well, that's what I'm going to name y'all.
Okay.
I remembered as I was watching this why I refused to watch the show. So
there's a plethora of guesses I could have.
You won't have this guess though. Okay. I promise you. So Lauren Graham was in this show called MYOB that was on NBC. And they shot the pilots around the same time. And so because of that, she had to pick which show she wanted to do.
Yep.
And so both shows were airing at the same time. And then she was like, I'm going to go with Gilmore Girls. So that other show that I saw 4 episodes of and really liked got thrown by the wayside. And they had shot 4 more episodes and they didn't air all of them, but they threw it at the wayside because she chose Gilmore Girls. And so that is why.
A personal vendetta.
Yes.
I get it.
Yes.
That I think also happened, but I don't think it was an actor's choice. I think the show didn't get picked up, but it was someone on Friends. It was like they were on another show and they like risked it, shot the pilot with them, like hoped that the other show wouldn't get picked up. The other show ended up not getting picked up. And so then they could do it. But that's very fair.
With New Girl too, that's why Coach is only in the pilot. He comes back later, of course, but he picked to do Happy Endings instead, which that's another great show that you should watch. Like,
I think I started it.
Same type of humor. It's a little more dirtier. Like they go a little further with the jokes, and great show. But that's why I never got into this show. Why I didn't start watching it, because I was angry.
It's fair. She hurt you personally.
Yes. I started watching. I was like, this is fine. Leslie Linka Glatter is directed the pilot episode, and she is a well-known director for television shows. She's won so many awards. So that gave me comfort as I was going into it. I was like, okay,
I'm in good hands.
Yeah. When they went to the restaurant, Luke's, this whole time I thought that Luke was like one of Rory's boyfriends. So I was thrown off.
You're like, who is this old man with his receding hairline that he is hiding by a baseball cap?
I have thoughts on that. I'll get to that later.
Yep.
I thought that the setup of them being mother-daughter it worked on paper, but it didn't work on TV. And this is why. Because on TV, this is not this is a normal age gap. So it visually did not work, because that's how on TV you're usually 15 years older than your daughter.
Yep.
And so what else? First Gilmore Girl, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel crossover was Alex Bornstein carrying the harp. I saw that she actually was supposed to play Sookie, but she had conflicts, and so she had turned it down. So I'm really happy when we watched Mrs. Maisel, so you can see her character on there.
That's what I'm looking forward to, because I love her. And I think she probably plays at least like 5 characters on Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, I think it was 3 when I looked it
3?
up. So,
yeah.
Yes. But she is such a scene stealer. And I was like, and then I was like, she's going to be in a lot of this. And I looked it up and I was like, no, she isn't. So yeah, she's great. And she's on Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. She's like she's like number 2 on the call sheet. So you're gonna have a lot of fun with her.
And if anybody was curious, and you have, if you're like, what else do I know her from? She does play the teacher, like, Sneaky Brown Nose, The Hidden Agenda, Gordo. She plays the principal / teacher on the Liz McGuire movie.
Yes, I do remember that too. And then the second spotting is Kelly Bishop, who plays the mom,
Emily,
who is great.
I thought
iconic. Yes, she is. And then on Mrs. Maisel, she plays a matchmaker who doesn't come till like season 4 or 5. So unless you keep watching the show, you're not going to see her. But her character is awesome. In the new season that just dropped, there's a wild ass plot that I'm like, this woman is a genius that she gets to play. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? But it came out of nowhere, but it's great. I thought the show really picked up when we got to the meeting Emily. Yeah. But that reverse shot was so badly green screened.
Which one?
When
outside the house?
Loreli is at the house for the first time, like negotiating everything, and they do the reverse on her from the outside. It's not the same background that would have been at that house. And it's just like, it doesn't match at all.
I need to look back on that.
So funny. My favorite line when they were talking about Chicago, after Rory met that forgettable boy, but I guess
Jared
he's around.
Padalecki. The star is Supernatural. Forgettable boy.
That character is forgettable boy. I'm sure he's around for a minute, but whatever. And she's like, I forgot who said it, but it was like Wendy, Oprah. Yeah. Okay. Got it. I thought the meet cute was fine. Whatever. I like to miss Patty. Is she going to be around some more?
Oh, she's always around.
Great.
You'll love her. She is when I did my TikTok of breakdowns of political affiliations of Gilmore Girls, I said Miss Patty votes for whoever she thinks is the sexiest, and she has had sex with Joe Biden, or she's attempted to have. No. I said that she has never had sex with Trump, but she has seen him naked, and she would love to have sex with Joe Biden, but he's a little more buttoned up, and she hasn't been able to weasel her way in there yet.
That man, when they talked about Luke, when talking about him cleaning up to look better, I was like, jump scare. Who thought that he looked better like this? He looked hot with the hat on.
Yeah. Yep.
I was like, that is a hot man. But then they were like, ooh, he cleans up nice. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Comb his hair forward. It was just a bad haircut for, like, I know that man. It's the hair. It's how they styled the hair. That's what I was going to say. He never wears. I was like, in no way in life does he wear his hair like that ever.
No.
They style his hair the way that he styles it on an everyday basis, because that was not it.
No.
And then just watching the credits later, I also saw Genji Cohen in the credits, and she created Orange is the New Black. So
I auditioned for her. And
Did
she's
you?
like, yeah, she's ridiculously cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love her. Well, I want to ask you some questions, because these are some of the things that I personally have feelings about. And what did you think of the soundtrack?
It was such CW of the time, where they had actual soundtracks, like they would be, after the show was over, they'd be like, go buy this or go download this. I was like, I don't think that the opening song, was it There She Goes? Yes. I don't think it matched. I think it matched so well, because it's nostalgic, like The Parent Trap, Estranged Family TV show. I enjoy that song. I did not enjoy it in the spot that it was in.
To be fair, I enjoyed that song literally fucking anywhere it is. Like, play it at my wedding. I've such a soft spot for like nostalgic late 90s, early 2000s music that is like exclusively in rom-coms and like TV shows. Like, that's my fucking shit.
Yeah. I mean, when I listen to music at home, I'm like, tell that Echo device, I tell them to play 90s, 2000s pop music. So that's my go-to. And I do like this song, but it was too much.
Okay.
I think it was too upbeat for what that first scene was.
Okay. Sure.
That's my opinion.
That's fine.
It's my opinion.
My opinion. Maybe we're going to have to watch now instead of fucking Real Housewives.
Yes. I'll find like a golden. I already know which one we're going to watch. Okay.
Oh my God, amazing.
Keep going.
Okay, go into your hot take.
Okay. My hot take is, okay, first of all, I'm going to start calling them Big Lorelai and Little Lorelai, since I found out that they have the same first name
and last name.
Well, yes, that too. So Big Lorelai, I know, like, they're setting her up for, like, she's a go-getter. She pulled herself up from the bootstraps as a single teen mom, I should specify. Good for her. But
good for her.
But here's the thing. Going to a private school is a privilege, and it shouldn't be a privilege, but it is one. Going to an Ivy League is also a privilege. She knew when little Lorelai applied to this school that she could not afford it.
Well, so that's exactly what I wrote down.
She knew that she could not afford it. She knew that there was no way. And so here's the thing with people that come from privilege and pretend like they don't come from privilege. I know what my privilege is. And, I have always wanted financial security from my parents. I have not taken things that they have offered to me because I don't need that linked on to me, to use for things. I'm not saying that they would, but there's the possibility. I never wanted them to be showing up at my house and being like, well, we bought this. And I'm like, no, thank you.
But when you needed help.
But when I knew that when I needed help, it would always be there. Lorelai knew the whole time where she was getting this money from. I don't need her to pretend like this was, I'm going to be able to come up with it. Did she apply for a scholarship at the school? Did they have a scholarship program? No. She knew the whole fucking time where she was getting this money from. And I don't need her to pretend like she didn't. I don't need her to, when Sookie's like, go ask your parents, and then cutting Sookie off. And I'm like, no, bitch, you knew where you were going. You knew what the negotiation was going to be. I don't need you sitting on your Jeep looking melancholy like they're not spying on you already on the cameras. You know what's happening. So stop pretending.
I wholeheartedly
There are
agree.
plenty of people that get into Ivy Leagues without going to a private school. If she was as good of a student as they said that she was, she could have got in.
And she would have had a better essay.
Yeah, she would have had a better essay. Do you know how how much favoritism falls on white women because of affirmative action? And then you've got the thing, or how I was raised by my single teen mom.
We lived in a shed.
Also their house.
I know
y'all got some money. I know you got some money from your mom. I know you did. So check your privilege, big Lorelai.
No, Melissa, I know that you only watched the pilot, but check your privilege, little Lorelai. Like, this is the show. It's like a matriarchal show. It's about like generational trauma of like specifically of like women down to like other women. And they are all three constantly the victim of their circumstance. I'm like, oh my God, how did I end up here? And it's like, what do you mean? Like, what? So like, this is my thing about Lorelai. Like, I am undecided if she, like you're saying that like she knew going into this all the way. And both of them are a result of privilege. Or if she's so privileged, like she just like didn't even fucking think that like, I just assumed they would like know my daughter's like so amazing and great that they would just like offer her a full ride without ever having looked into it. Like the fact that she didn't look at when she was like, that's a lot of zeros. I'm like, the fact that you don't know how much money it is, like that's a rich people thing to like not know what the price of something is. Like your kid applied.
You literally applied. Y'all probably went to a tour. They probably handed you a little book that had
like, you just think
the
this
prices
didn't apply to you?
Oh my gosh.
I felt the exact same way. And I've always felt that way where it's just like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean that like, how were you planning on paying for this? Like, no, like and to answer your question about financial aid is a fucking storyline when she's going to college. And I'm like, okay, so like we learned what financial aid is now, but so we're led to believe that like we just didn't know what that was then. And then also like, if she didn't qualify for financial aid, why?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't qualify for financial aid when I went to college because I lived in an incredibly like high cost of like living area. So comparable to that, it goes, well, I can't afford to go to spend that money to go to college. But technically, based on the school that I was applying to that had far more people who were lower income than I was growing up, like, yeah, no, I was not of the most needy. And also, I didn't want to go to school. So I'm like, give it to somebody else who's like actually going to use this for good. But for for Chilton, Hartford, there's a spot. If you're fine, come on, they've got the school can pay for it if need be.
Fall is my favorite time of the year, and whenever it comes around, I'm making sure I'm bringing out my softest blankets, I'm making my favorite soups, really any excuse to use my immersion blender, and just generally making small adjustments in my day-to-day life to reflect the coziness and inherent transitional nature of the season. I love switching things up this time of the year, and that can include updating your makeup look. From a simple just gotta get out the door routine to festive fall glam or maybe even a Halloween look, Thrive Causemetics is your go-to for completing any fall look. Plus, every product is 100% vegan, cruelty-free, and made with clean, skin-loving ingredients that work with your skin, not against it. My personal favorite product that I absolutely recommend adding to your makeup bag if you haven't already is the Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara. It's the only mascara I wear anymore. I have it in a brown shade, which just feels a little less harsh than a black mascara. And it's a tubing mascara, so it doesn't run or smudge, and it just makes my lashes look so beautiful and long without any clumping. My favorite part, because I got so tired of working hard to get every last bit of makeup off when I was using other mascaras, when it's time to take it off, it just slides right off with warm water. And something I love about Thrive Causemetics is that purchasing their products does more than enhance your own glow. With every purchase, Thrive Causemetics makes a donation to numerous causes, and they've given over $150 million in product and cash donations to more than 600 giving partners. So it really is beauty with purpose. Whether you're doing a total overhaul or just making the tweaks in your life to feel in line with the season, complete your fall look. Go to thrivecosmetics.com/thrive for an exclusive offer of 20% off your first order. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/thrive.
If need, that is the word.
If she
Need
needs-
be.
Yeah, so either her privilege
Bitch, you
blinded
knew.
her that she didn't even think about it, and she was like, I just thought they would let her, like, I just didn't even think of the price tag. Privilege. Or
Mhm.
I was just like, the fallback plan. Like, because, like, I'm not going to go out there and, like, lease a Lamborghini. Because the way that you act when you have a financial security blanket is way fucking different. Like, it just, when you know you have someone, like, if need be, like, gun to your head, someone you can call to post your bail, and, like, the bail's like $1 million fucking bucks, like, you're going to walk through life fucking differently. Like, you're going to launch so many little, like, Etsy soap storefronts where you buy all this fucking bulk and you're like, well, whatever. Like, you're just going to live life a little bit different.
Yes.
So,
Agreed, because I'm speaking from my own viewpoint. I know what I did. So, big Lorelai, save your tears and pain for someone else, because I'm not here for it.
no, not at all. Yeah. And then the lack of strings attached of, like, the not wanting the Friday night dinners.
Yeah.
I do think that they do a really good job at portraying, like, the toxic side of, like, and I'm not saying teen moms are toxic, but, like, when you grow up with your kid and then you have a relationship with, like, your parent, like, it's a very, like, muddied area.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing of, like, Lorelai wants Rory to be just like her, and then is like, but I, like, hate my parents, and I, like, don't want you to get along with, I don't want you to like them, and all of this kind of shit. Like, it's toxic parent raising another parent who thinks they're not being toxic, and they're just being toxic in their other ways.
Yes.
You know?
Very much so. So,
Yep.
I'm not, from this first episode, I'm not here for big Lorelai. And those are my thoughts.
I feel personally attacked because we are the same person, minus the
No, you're not.
having a child. No, it's just, I think someone said that they think that she definitely has ADHD, and I go, maybe that's it. Maybe that's why I feel a kindred spirit to her. So I have a couple of hot takes. I will say that I think most pilots of TV shows suck. Like, there are some pilots that I'm like, this is really good. And I have a harder time with pilots that are drama or dramedy or are, like, a little bit more serious. Like, I think it's easier to nail a comedy pilot, but pilots are really very hard. And infamously, and I say this with so much love because we have friends who are on this show, the pilot of Vampire Diaries is fanfic. Like, that shit is not fucking real. Like, it is nothing like the rest of the fucking episodes. Like, they're really getting their footing, and, like, it's not bad. It's just, it's not the show. It's like someone wrote Vampire Diaries fanfic and made that the pilot. Like,
I mean, it kind of is, isn't it? Because
it's based on a book.
Fanfic of the book. Yeah.
But when you watch it for the first time, you're like, okay, whatever. And then you, like, watch 5 episodes, and then you, like, think back to the pilot and you go, none of this is the same. Like, it's so fucking different. And this, I will say, I think is a very, very, very good pilot, because I think they did a really good job with, like, casting, especially of Emily and Big Lorelai.
Yes.
So they establish everything very well. And now that you're saying that this is, like, a renowned TV director, I didn't know that. But even the shot where she, like, gets the coffee and, like, looks up and, like, turns around, like, it's choreographed in a way that made me go, well, I guess I can't talk shit on Marvelous Miss Maisel, because
as
this
I
is
was
all
watching it,
choreographed.
I had the same fucking thought.
I was like, shit.
This show has more locked off shots where Maisel has it's a lot of steady cam stuff. So
yeah. But yeah, no, I thought about that. I was like, ooh. Me and my glass house throwing stones.
As they were going through the antique shop, I was like, Megan. I had the same thought.
I can close my eyes and, like, see all of the prop people standing in corners, like, pushing things, like, making things fall, like, all of that stuff. I was like, yeah, yeah, this is exactly what this is. This is theater. This is theater. So I think like I'm a huge fan of the soundtrack. Like I love how they like convey everything. And I think like even the way that it's shot and all of that, it feels very different to me than like a lot of other TV shows at the time, because it's a decently older cast and there's like still obviously like young people on it. But like if you compare it to like a One Tree Hill where it's like high school, this to me has like movie kind of energy. Like I think it could have also been a movie, which is my favorite kinds of TV shows, especially if ones that aren't like solely comedy. I want it to feel like a TV show that feels like a movie instead of Harry Styles. It's a movie that feels like a movie. Style. I think it's just like a really great pilot that like, and as someone who's watched the whole show multiple times, I think aside from one fucking thing, which I will get to in my Rachel of the Week, I think they do an incredible job at like tonally. It sets it perfectly, you know, exactly what you're getting in for. And it doesn't stray far from the tone of the first episode or just like the vibe and the characters, which I really like. And my two other ones, The Inn Kitchen, no fucking way that has a grade A health score. I say this with peace and love. She needs to be medicated ASAP. And there's a reason why I do not work in a commercial kitchen, because that shit would be dangerous for me and the people I'm serving the food to.
I will give more of my opinion during my Rachel of the Week.
Like, I'm watching it again and I'm like, okay, so like relatable, but like if I bleed into my food at home and I'm serving it to Mott's, like that's one thing. But like, I do like though that they don't make her like clumsiness like quirky. So maybe in the first episode it feels like quirky and cute. Like no, there's like severe consequences to like her like just like like it's just reckless. But I would just say like I think this inn needs an HR department. That HR department needs to sit down and be like, I don't know your health history, but like I'm about to like risk it all, and like you need to be fucking medicated. Like someone get that bitch some fucking Adderall like ASAP. And the good stuff, not the pandemic shit. She's got, but it's going to be the good stuff because, you know, this is before people were at home during a pandemic and, you know, getting diagnosed and then the supply could not keep up with the demand. Yeah. And before they started switching it, so none of it works. Yeah, she needs to get the original that good stuff. Shit. Yeah, and if she's got like some really good health insurance, like maybe the end will be like, get that name brand. And she'd be like, wow, like really get that bougie fucking shit. Because like picturing her in culinary school, I'm like, how did this go?
I have a whole rant about this later.
So those are mine. And the only thing I have left is my Rachel of the Week. But we can read some thoughts from all of you.
But before we get to that, we're going to take a break. We're back from our break. So now it's time for But Are You Wrong? And then this is when y'all write in and share your own hot takes. Let's start with superfan Mott's. He's got thoughts?
Yeah. Mott's said that he thinks the intro shot where they're in the diner and there's a skeevy man hitting on Loreli and Rory is just not believable and just like a very like adult and kind of gross thing in a show that does not have a lot of like sexual sort of things like that. And I looked at him and I was like, sir, I got hit on and catcalled more when I was under the age of like 16. Like this is incredibly normal. Like this is not like, I'm glad you're looking at this as like skeevy and pervy, but like to say that this is not no, this happens to children. Like this happens all the time. Preteens as and like kid, yes. I got hit on far more from like an approached, because then it's like, oh, I'm going to look really good because no one's they're not going to approach you as much when you get older because your brain is fully developed. So like his thing of being like, that just felt like really far-fetched. And I was like, that's so lovely in your brain.
But also they made it so that dude was like in between their ages. Like he looked more college age to me than like closer to big Lorelai's age. But little Lorelai looks like a child. So there's no excuse there. But this happens. Like it was realistic. Yeah. He was like, I got a friend over there.
It's like legitimately exactly what happens. And it made me laugh. Yeah, I think he's supposed to be college because he's on his way to Hartford.
Yeah.
So that like legitimately like made me laugh. And I was like, oh, sweet boy. So that was his insight to it. He has so many more thoughts, but that's the only one I could get out of him late last night.
Mott, you're wrong.
Yeah, Mott, you're wrong. Check your privilege.
First of all, I do not endorse calling people ugly unless they're ugly on the inside. So I'm going to start there. But
okay.
Someone says, hi, Megan and Melissa. My main hot take about the Gilmore Girl pilot is that if Dean was ugly, he would be put on a watch list for being creepy. Also, you can tell Loreli and Rory are self-centered from Loreli throwing the cash for Luke on the floor and neither of them picking it up or bringing it to the counter. I know they were mad, but that's still so rude. I might just be reading into it because I've seen this show so many times and all of my hot takes come later on.
I'm going to tell you right now, that is not exclusive to Dean. Any man who you have swooned you, who you have like, if you're attracted to them and you like them, like that's what the difference between an ick is and someone that you end up with. Like,
yeah,
it's, I don't disagree with that at all, but I also think that like, that's just most interactions with especially romantic partners. And that's why like even exes can give you the ick when they didn't give you the ick before. Cause you're like, ugh,
right.
Afterwards.
So I think as like a teenage boy, it was fine. It didn't bother me too much. And I do like how they introduced him too before he even said anything. The first scene when she's walking into the school and he kind of just like watches her. I thought that was a cool introduction to him. I
love a man with like a long haircut, like a shaggier haircut.
That was
like,
in the 90s.
Oh!
If a boy had that haircut, I was like,
homeboy can get it.
Yes. And then the thing about them self-centered, I think that was totally on purpose. I think that was a choice that was made by the directors. It was probably written into the script to show that they are self-centered and privileged.
Yeah. I think a lot of people give Rory specifically like a lot of shit that like she's terrible. And I'm like, the oldest we see her as like in like the show, not like the Netflix Year in Life is like 23 or something like that. I'm like,
the worst years of your life.
Literally, I'm like, I'm sorry. What the fuck do you mean that you're like, she's like, she's like, oh, she's being a bitch. I'm like, yeah, she's 17 or like she's 19, like she's 20. Like, I like the fact that like they show, I think as an audience, it's our responsibility to like not look at that and be like, wow, these like women suck or whatever. But like they show like that like growing up is like, it's messy and not in like a redemptive arc every episode kind of way. And I like the fact with like, if you have a child, when you're a child, you are going to be emotionally stunted because like you've had to take on a role too young. And so like, I also like that you see Loreli grow up. You don't think of someone who's like 32 when you're younger than that, like watching it like as them growing, but like Loreli also grows up a lot.
You want to read the next one?
Yeah. So this is also a Dean critique. So the way Dean talks to Rory in the pilot about him noticing her, etc., is a bit like, you're not like other girls to me. I personally would have liked Rory to have more female friends and have more girl power in the show, as it does seem a bit like she's not like other girls. Example, in the pilot, the girls in her class while painting their nails, and she's like, ugh, she's doing homework. And it also is a bit off to me combined with other stuff, which to be fair was very of the time. I very much agree with that. Her friend Lane, she has like a good character arc of being like, well, okay, I kind of want to be like another girl, realizing like these things I'm kind of making fun of. I agree with that a lot. Rory to me has, you know, those people who like academics is everything. And so then everything else is like shitty. And I grew up with people in school like that who were very, very, very smart and like would look down on anyone else like that. And then they would be like, well, I'm going to college. Like then I'm going to like party and all that stuff. And it's also like Booksmart, which I watched the first like 5 minutes of, never finished. You can be like hot and popular and pretty and fun and go to parties and also still be like smart. That is like an absolute mindfuck to Rory. That's what I mean. Like it happens all the fucking time. Like there were kids at my school who like would end up getting into Ivies and other people wouldn't get in or would get into the same school. And they would be absolutely pissed off and floored that these people who they look down on and they're like, well, they fucking party and they've all a social life. I'm like, yeah, and they're still just as smart as you are.
That's which movie
Booksmart.
was that? Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Because what annoyed me the most about that scene, it wasn't her actually doing her work. It's that they're sitting there passing fingernail polish, which that smells. It smells. There's no way that unless the teacher's just fed up with them, there's no way that the teacher would not acknowledge that was going on.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to represent like, look at this delinquent school, like this public school full of all these like plebes and peasants. They're painting their nails in class and not studying. She has to go to the private school. But it's like, what? Like, okay. It's also funny to me that I feel like they're trying to show Stars Hollow as like a town in which no one's going to go to college. Like, this is like high school is like dead end kind of thing. Like if she wants to go to Harvard and do all of this. And it's a very, very, very gorgeous town to the point where there's an inn that she is able to make a living off of full time because of tourist attractions. So like the idea that the public school there, that it felt like they were trying to paint it as like, it was an obvious choice. Like, of course she would have to go to the private school because in a way that like, it's because she's smarter than everyone, not in an elitist way, like not in like that kind of way. When in reality, it's like, no, you want kind of an elite education. And so you want to have experience with elite education before you go on to like an Ivy League education. Like, so I just think that the nail polish scene, like that was like very unnecessary to me because it just doesn't add up. It's not detention. Like you paint your nails in detention. Like that's what you do in movies when you're just like depicting someone in detention. Like, right. That's not a fucking thing at all. Maybe it was one that like smells where you like, it smells like good. Like it's like a flower one, but that's only after it dries.
Yeah. What I dislike the most about that trope and things is like, if you're smart here, you're still doing well. So you can't say that the environment is bad when you're still doing well at the school.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I feel the same way about it. But I think that Amy Sherman-Palladino is like what Lena Dunham like thinks she was like writing girls. Like Amy Sherman-Palladino writes what she knows. And that's like what a lot of writers do. And there's a little more self-awareness in that than I think Lena Dunham's.
Yes. And I think you'll see that even more in Maisel too.
Yeah.
Because she's called out all the time.
Yeah, I bet. Oh, I was also going to say, this is obviously not in the pilot, but for anyone who wants to keep watching, there are these two characters who get introduced, Madeline and Louise. Like, I absolutely love them. And it's so funny to me because, like, I went to public school, but I went to, like, a really, really highly ranked public school, very academic. Like, people went to, like, very good colleges. And Chilton's a private school. And, like, they have these girls who are like, oh my God, they're, like, so ditzy and, like, whatever. Like, it's very much Cher from Clueless giving the speech. And it's all of that. And then I think like they end up going like, oh, where are you going to go? It's like Tufts. And I'm like, oh my God, like this is like, this comparison thing is just wild. But yeah, and sadly, you know who's not in the pilot? One of our favorites, who is another favorite who's crossed over between the Amy Sherman-Palladino universe into Shondaland.
Shondaland, yeah.
Liza. Oh, yes. She's, by the way, she's fucking phenomenal in this role. And the most sexual tension that Rory's ever had with anyone is with Paris.
Her character on Maisel is like this cool, like hip woman in the 60s that's like a boss ass bitch. And they have her in a lot of makeup and they're trying to make her look older. So I didn't recognize her at first, but I was like, I know that voice. And then she kept, Bonnie. Yeah. I was like, I know who that is.
She's so good. So good.
All right, we're going to take another break and then we'll be back.
We're back. And it is now time to nominate our worst of the week, worst of the pilot, worst of the episode. And this is no hate on any of the actors, obviously.
No.
It's character choices.
Yes, the thing is that like if everybody in a script is happy and makes all the right choices, then it's boring. That's not a TV show. Mm-hmm. So this is not a knock on anyone. This is just this necessary. Person. Yeah, you have to have people that are not great. All characters should be flawed. That's why everyone watches
reality TV.
Yes. All characters should be flawed. Who wants to see a perfect character? Even the ones that are quote unquote perfect have flaws.
That's why we could never have a TV show that's like just about like a documentary like following us because like we're so perfect that like it wouldn't be that interesting. It would just be so aspirational.
Right. So my Rachel of the week, I mean, it's still medium Lorelei because she is this person's boss, but true nomination is Sookie. This woman, I don't care how good of a fucking cook you are. This is the kind of restaurant you go to and you are just enjoying your meal. You're like, ooh, this is so good. And then you pick up a fork full of Band-Aid. And it's like, you can see that the Band-Aid is a little faded because some of the juices from the blood that has soaked into the Band-Aid has cooked into your food. This woman broke a Viking oven. Do you know how terrible you have to be on a Viking oven to break it? These things cost thousands of dollars. I'm
going to tell you right now, we did have a Viking oven in our last place and the pilot light did go out and I did break it a little bit, but I didn't all the way break it. So it's pretty hard.
It's pretty hard. Especially if it's an industrial one that's in a
commercial kitchen.
A commercial kitchen that is being used. The fact that the people that are working around her are constantly putting out fires, catching things, saving their own lives, and then medium Loreli is enabling all this is terrible. It's awful. This woman, as Meghan said earlier, needs to be medicated. I was looking, and Meghan also said this, but this was a thought that I had pre this. I was looking and I was like, there's no way this woman finished culinary school. There's no fucking way. They kicked her out on the first day and said, go back to learning how to cut. You can't even do that. There's no fucking way that she is the head chef of some place and she's like usurped other people. There's no fucking way. She would not make it past being a line cook.
No.
And so I'm asking, because I don't know, who are her parents? Do we ever
she was raised by wolves. She was raised
does she come from privilege? I don't know if they've just been buying people off.
No, but here's the thing. I believe that she's a fantastic chef.
She's a fantastic
I
chef.
just don't believe that the health department has signed off on the circumstance of the kitchen. They must have had to hire a fake Sookie, or like they had to do something to get a rating that lets people dine there and eat there. Or at some point, she gets a little less clumsy. And so I like to think in my head that specifically the sous chef who's like getting fucking frustrated with her as she's on the floor being like, Sookie! I think that he has obtained a prescription from Adderall and he's been putting it into her orange juice every morning. Like, I am determined to believe that because they get a lot more opportunities and she gets less clumsy and she succeeds more and like less chaos happens. This is not the beginning of the end of the chaos. Like, it reaches a peak. And I think at that point, she has been medicated, but has declined to share that with her workplace.
To disclose it.
Yeah.
The clips that I've seen, do they get a restaurant of their own later?
Yeah, they open their own inn.
So what I've seen is that they're in their own place and she was calmer there. And I was like, what is this character arc? What is her growth? Does she get medicated?
Adderall. It's a psychiatrist intervention. It's Big Pharma. Big Pharma stepped in and said, okay, this is too far. Maybe the FDA saw that and they were like, okay, you know what?
I was disgusted watching this because I was like, there is no way that she is that good. Like, she can be good, but she can't be so good that people are eating Band-Aids.
Severed fingers.
The people that work with her are just like combing through the food before it goes out to make sure that there's no fingernails, no fingers, no Band-Aids, no anything. Like a burnt spoon could be in there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So I obviously very much relate to Sookie, and this is why I don't work in a commercial kitchen, because the amount of times I've made pâte à choux and I've accidentally melted a spatula into it, and I go, where did my spatula go? And I look and I go, uh-oh. But like specifically though, this, I saw it in a different light because I did watch it after I shattered 3 glasses in my hand.
When
and
you
bled
held
everywhere.
up your hand earlier today, I literally thought, oh God, Megan's going to relate to fucking Sookie. And then when you told me that it was in the kitchen, it made it worse. And so I thought less of you momentarily because I was like, no fucking way. But the thing is, this is what Sookie should only be doing, which some chefs should do. They just develop the food, put the recipe down, and then hand it off. She should be coming in at nighttime when people aren't ordering room service, like late at night, developing her recipes and then handing it off. She can be walking around, just walking, nothing in her hands, in her chef outfit, talking to the clients. Like, do you enjoy? What can we do? Like, that should be her role. I do not need to see her cooking ever. Not during the day when the kitchen's busy, people are having lunch and dinner.
Not when there are liabilities present.
No, Absolutely the fuck not.
I just need her medicated. That's all I need from her. I need her medicated. And again, as you've seen in that clip from the future episodes, I firmly believe that there was an intervention made. I don't know with who. Sookie, canon, I'm saying it right here. Sookie is definitely on some stimulants by the end of the show.
If they aren't showing, they should have shown it.
I've seen it, Sookie.
I would like to see it.
I would like to see it.
Because,
remove the stigma.
Yes, exactly. That could help others.
No, it could have.
All I could think about was me and my contamination issues.
Oh, no.
Thinking about what's going down in that kitchen.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I, as someone who's currently on Adderall that does not work that well, but like it still is, it's better than nothing. If I'm looking at Sookie and going relatable, and in the same sentence, I have said multiple times to people that I would never be able to actually work in like the food service industry because washing and cleaning things is 50% of the job, which I'm like, that's not fun. Like, I just want to do the fun part of the cooking and then I'll clean afterwards. Like, I don't want to have to.
Which is part, I know that this happens.
It's a home cook.
In kitchens, people get cut all the time. But no.
I'm not starting fires.
She was the most with the least. She broke a fucking Viking, a commercial Viking. How much do those things cost? Come on.
Melisa, so much fucking money.
There's no way that it would have just been brushed under the rug. I guess that's showing medium Loreli's privilege more. She's like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, but she doesn't own that one yet.
Still, she's the manager though, right?
Yes, she is the manager. We eventually meet the owner of the inn, and she gave Lorelai a chance. And that's who, like, they lived in the shed there at that inn. And that's where all of it came up. So Lorelai did work her ass off, but it's not like she went through like 15 different jobs. It was pretty seamless, as much as it could be.
At a minimum, that oven costs $8,000. At a max, $20,000. So I didn't look at the exact oven. If I looked at the exact one, I could tell you because they don't look the same. None of these look the same at all. But I'm guessing it's the pro style. Yeah, this was the one. $20K. And medium Lorelai's just like, it's okay.
Oh, Sookie. So quirky. I have to say, Melissa McCarthy is one of like the nicest celebrities I've ever met.
I worked with this kind of my mentor for a while. This woman named Angela, who had Melissa McCarthy in like one of her first acting things. And she just talks about like they're still friends and talks about how genuine and great she is.
I met her at the Golden Globes. Or the Emmys, Golden Globes. I think it was the Golden Globes. And we were like waiting because people were like, it's like people are taking pictures and like we're having to like stop and wait. And so I was like with her and her husband for like 10 minutes. And I didn't know that we were going to be stuck there like waiting. Yeah. And I just like had turned to her. This was the same day that I saw everyone was like, oh my God, Channing Tatum. And no one wanted to get a picture. And I was like, I'll ask in a picture. Like if you've heard anything about my taste in men, like Channing Tatum he seems like a lovely guy, but like it's just like not who I'm like too nervous to say anything to. So I was like, sure, I'll get a picture, whatever. And the brand I was with was like, oh, please do it. That would be great. And then it was the same night the day that I saw Michael B. Jordan. I just went, and he goes, oh, thank you so much. And I was like, okay. And so then I saw Melissa McCarthy and her husband, and I thought we were just like passing by, and I just like turned and I was like, I'm so sorry to do this, but like, I just have to tell you, like, I absolutely love Gilmore Girls, your role on it. Like, I'm so glad that you got to play that. Like, you were so good. And I just like love following your career. And she's like, oh my God, that's so sweet. Like, you're so young. You watched it. And then like, we're there for like 15. And I was like, oh my God. And like, we're talking about the weather and her husband. They were just like so kind and so nice. And I was like, oh my God. And I think I told them about the Michael B. Jordan thing. And she was like, fair. I would have done the same thing. And I was like, yeah, he's hot. So I just love her a lot. I think she's a great actress because somehow, even though Sookie's doing all this stupid shit, I still love her. Okay.
So what's yours?
Mine, I'm nominating Dean. And that is Jared Padalecki. And I'm not nominating his performance. I am nominating whatever the fuck this character is. And I've said this so many times, and this is not going to be as prevalent to you because you haven't watched like the rest of the show. But they've committed the crime that all pilots have, and they were so close. Everything was perfect. Like I said in my like original, like that's like a perfect pilot. They killed it all except for goddamn fucking Dean. So we meet Dean. He's got the long hair, the Leo Howard hair, which I'm like, Leo, never cut your hair short. You got to keep that little like romantic, like, oh, soft boy. Like I'm a little like, ooh, swoopy, like wonderful. He's doing that. And he's been watching what we're presumed to be like the smartest girl in school. She's like reading Moby Dick. Also, Mons like laughed at a lot of like the literary references when he was like first watching this. And he goes, this is like, he's like, some of these like shore land, but like, I don't technically believe like she's a huge reader and like she's reading some of these things for the first time. And like, will have kind of an ego about like her intellect. He's like, this just feels like she would be a little more obscure. He like comments on what she's reading. He's like her peer in that sense. Like she's not like other girls and he's not like other guys. Like the other guys are throwing around the football. Like there's a fucking shot of like Dean sitting under a tree, like reading. Melissa, when I tell you that this man, I don't know how long they kept up this ruse of like Dean is also an intellect. Like they're cut of the same cloth. They're both these like brainiacs and bookworms stuck in this school of jocks and cheerleader. This man is legitimately stupid. And that is his character. To the point where the next guy that she dates, it's like they took the same breakdown from Dean and switched it. They go, well, no, Dean never matched her intellect. Her and Dean have nothing in common. He's just one of those brawny guys. She's the brains. They have nothing to talk about. Dean's never read a book. She needs to go with the other guy. I'm like, I'm so sorry. What? So did you write this? Or was this a pivot from Dean of pretending to be this like smart dude? It drives me goddamn fucking crazy because it's like, why? Just why? If he's going to specifically go for like the innocent private school girl, like smart kind of girl vibes, like, okay, sure. That makes sense to me that he's like also an intellectual dude and he's not. He's just supposed to be kind of pretty and there. And then he like legitimately grows up to be not bright at all.
We find Vecna. We end this once and for all together.
On December 25th.
We have a plan. It's a bit insane. Everyone in?
He knows where we are.
Watch out!
Get ready for one last adventure.
We stay true to ourselves. Stay true to our friends, no matter the cost.
Found you. Stranger Things, Season 5, Volume 2 begins December 25th. Only on Netflix.
At all?
So he's like there the whole time?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know why, but the way that people describe the boyfriends, I thought they just kind of came in for 6 episodes and then left.
No, so Lorelai more so, but Rory, they do a good job of writing it. When you are under the age of 25, there very seldom is someone going to come out of your life that you've hooked up with and then leave fully. Like there's a lot of common and crossing over. There's a lot of that where you're like in high school, we used to just say like, well, already done it once before. Who's to say I did it again? Like, okay. And what? That really, really, really pisses me off so much because I also think that like he's a good actor and I think that like he plays it well. And I just don't know why they were so close to being an absolutely perfect pilot where the characters are who they are and then they grow and they evolve. But like there's no like sudden like total shift and change where you're like, what the fuck? This makes like absolutely no sense. But I swear it's like, Melissa, it might even be episode 2 that it's like this man has never read a book. And I'm like,
at Network, nope. That's what I'm going to give that. The Network gave a note.
Say that. It just pisses me off so much. And I fucking hate it. So I would like to nominate either the Network or whoever thought that we're going to fucking pivot from Dean being an intellect who comments on her reading Rosemary's Baby to a legitimate himbo. Like he's like canonically unintelligent. It's like, am I just supposed to suspend it? Okay. Because if he's smart enough to lie and fake it, then like he's not stupid.
Say. Yeah, were they gonna make it so like he saw what books she read and then he went home and looked up online to like get the Cliff Notes version so he had like his opening line to talk to her.
But then that's also like you're not stupid then.
Yeah.
But like Melissa, when I tell you like he gets supremely stupid.
I did watch like 5 minutes of the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I have thoughts already on that too. Like, what the fuck was she wearing dropping?
Melissa, that is my favorite
little
outfit.
Lorelai off.
I would wear it every day.
Why? I know, but she's trying not to. Like, that would be fine, like, if that's what you're trying, but you're trying to come off different. All she had to do was belt that coat. She would have been fucking fine.
Mott screamed at the TV when he saw it. He goes, put the belt on!
And I don't care. She didn't have any other shoes at home.
Well, that's confusing to me, because I go, did you bring your shoes to the dry cleaner?
I can understand about the clothes, but you didn't have one jean
or a legging?
Regardless, belt and put some different shoes on. It would have been perfectly fine.
Yeah, throw some tights on.
For all people could know, she had on a skirt.
Yeah. Did you get to the part where they like insist she takes her coat off?
No.
So she does tie it up when she gets there, but then they insist she takes it off.
When they get out the car and they're looking for the building, it's open.
Yep. I know. That one, you're very close to meeting our girl Liza then.
No.
That's where you meet her in the hallowed halls of Chilton.
Yeah. So my final thoughts on this show are it's fine. Like I like shows that have a little more action.
Yeah.
It's so dreary.
The coloring gets better. There is a specific tone that they took with the coloring and it didn't translate. It's better on the DVDs. It doesn't translate incredibly well on streaming for the first seasons. Like I remember it looking a lot better on older TV like before, but like it does look a lot like specifically like dreary is the word. Like the first couple of episodes in the first season itself is just desaturated. And I think it's a technical thing.
Yeah, it was just, but it did feel very much of the CW times of the pacing of the show. Also the, when it was shot in the 2000s, early 2000s. Yeah, it just felt, it was that pacing. So things have changed. Things are a little bit quicker now, but it was fine. It was fine. I could put it on and just have it in the background while I'm doing other work.
I think you would enjoy from like a screenwriting perspective. I think you would enjoy like probably like season 3, season 4, maybe even it's probably season 3, season 4. I think you would enjoy like some specific ones for how well they're written. And in the sense that like, they get into it. This is the slowest they ever talk is in this episode. And like they famously, their scripts are twice as long. Like their scripts are over 100, they're around 100 pages.
Scandal.
Yeah. And they like have to talk fast in order to do it. And I think Lauren Graham quit smoking because she couldn't keep up. And so like they really had to do all that. And that they ease the viewer into it. Like if you just started on episode like season 3, you'd be like, you can't understand a word they're fucking saying. But they get into that like,
and that's why I've called it the talking shows because that's what I've seen is the
real change.
Yep. I also could see where Amy was there and where she is now. Like it's still the same person, but they've just evolved.
It has her mark on it. Like it really does.
Mm-hmm.
It's a unique show in the sense that like the same kind of like quaint small town. Not in specifically in the dreary sense, but in the, like, it's relatively low stakes circumstance and location and like lifestyle that like we don't really get on TV anymore. So like I think there's part of the reason why that's like so nostalgic for people, similar to like Friends, where no one's really leaving anywhere. Like they're not like in their place, they're all hanging out. It's not a bar. Like it's relatively tame and like PG in a lot of those like senses that it has that kind of comfort feel for a lot of people. I don't know many people who've watched it into adulthood for the first time who have the same thing with Friends. Like it has like that nostalgic kind of comfort feel. I'm
excited for you to watch Maisel. I know that you're not excited, but I think you're going to like it a lot.
I think I probably will like it a lot. And that will be my cross to bear.
Mm-hmm. They do talk fast on that too, but I don't know. It's more, it's comedy. Like it's
punchier.
Maisel is very much a dramedy, whereas this is just drama with some comedic characters that add to it. But Maisel is punchier, and like I think that when they have put it in for awards, it's just been comedy and stuff. But it's it's a hour-long comedy. So,
well, that will be next time.
Yes, I'm excited, but this is, I understand why people like it. It's a fine show. So, yeah.
Well, we hope you all enjoyed this. That is our first ever whatever we're calling it. But am I watching? Mm-hmm. And you know what we did? We watched it.
Yeah. I watched it on Sunday. Just laid back and watched it.
Oh, that's nice. I watched it this morning. Again, for the 10,000th time.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to be fresh, even though all of my takes were already predisposed.
But, I mean, some people wrote in stuff because they thought it happened in a pilot. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. No, a lot of that. I even thought that, for some reason, I thought her first day of Chilton was in the pilot. But then I was like, oh, no, that's definitely the second episode because of the whole outfit and everything. So, it's a good one. Amy Sherman-Palladino, you've done it again. top hats off to you. And next week we'll be back for another one of yours.
All right. We'll
circle back.
I was trying to time it. Bye.
But Am I Wrong is a production by me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa DeMonts, plus Diamond Imprint Productions.
Post-production by Coco Lorenz.
And production assistance by Melanie D. Watson.
From the darkest corners of our imagination comes a game show that's more ridiculous than terrifying. Welcome to Tickled to Death, the horror comedy game show where nothing is sacred, everything's a little unhinged, and the only thing more cursed than the questions are the jokes. I'm Roz Hernandez, your fearless host, and each week I'll be leading a brave group of guests through twisted horror trivia, improv games, and enough sarcastic banter to make you question all your life's choices. So come for the screams, stay for the snark. Listen to Tickled to Death wherever you get your podcasts, and hit follow unless you want the show to follow you. In the meantime, don't get tickled to death.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, Tom.
Okay, so you want to tell him, or you want me to tell him?
No. I got this. People out there.
Yeah.
People, lean in. Get close. Listen, here's the deal.
We got big news.
We got monumental news. We got snacktacular news.
Yeah, after a brief hiatus, my good friend Michael Ian Black and I are coming back.
My good friend Tom Cavanaugh and I are coming back to do what we do best.
What we were put on this earth to do.
To pick a snack.
To eat a snack.
And to rate a snack.
Scientifically.
Emotionally.
Spiritually.
Mates is back.
Mike and Tom Eat Snacks is back.
A podcast for anyone with a mouth.
With a mouth. Available wherever you get your podcasts.
If you love those, wait, what? Moments, you'll love Something You Should Know. I'm Mike Carruthers, and on my podcast, we explore the fascinating ideas hiding in plain sight, like how elevators change the entire world, how gravity affects your health more than you think, or how to instantly become a better conversationalist. Each episode is fast, fun, and full of insight you'll want to share. So give it a try. Search for Something You Should Know wherever you get your podcasts.